Hey guys, and welcome to a show vlog. They're back. I'm very excited. So today we are going to Cavan Equestrian. I'm bringing Cal and Dali, and they're both jumping the 140 National Grand Prix. So it's very, very exciting. It's their first show back after Mullingar International, so hopefully they're feeling good. They had a little kind of week of hacking and field, and they came back into work for 2 weeks. Has it been 3 weeks? Gosh, I think it has. And they're feeling really good, so we're heading to the show today. Hopefully they feel good and hopefully they jump well. I'm very excited. Cal feels great as usual, so hopefully a nice competitive day for him. And then Dali, he's kind of recently stepped up to these National Grand Prix, so a nice confident round, and I'll be very, very pleased. I don't have Maria with me today. I actually have Dad coming, so that's very fun. And you might also be wondering, what is that in the background? Well guys, yesterday I went, oh there's my dog, sorry, we're not talking about Hopper, we all know him, we're talking about this beast. Yesterday I went schooling with 2 horses and everything went well, and we were about to go home, and one of the horses just, I'm not sure what happened, she got stung by a bee or something, but she got a big fright, and unfortunately she's totally fine, but she damaged the horse box quite significantly. So I don't know how she's fine, but she is totally fine. She has a few little superficial scrapes and that's it. So yeah, all good. But unfortunately we couldn't use the horse box. So I obviously used an Overlander horse box last year when we went to Europe for 3 weeks. We drove it the whole way there, used it as our car basically. It was great. We loved it so much, and I also used it another time to go to just a show when our Jeep was broken down, because Overlander you can just hire the horse box for as long as you want really. So I did that and I was like, gosh, I really like them. They're very nice. I was thinking about buying one, but then I went to Australia and I was like, okay, it's not really worth buying a horse box, and I'm not actually in the country for the whole year. So I came back this year, and obviously you'll have known from my last video, start a new business. Money is, you know, we've got to be careful with it. So I was like, okay, maybe there's like a finance option and stuff, and there is. So I contacted them and we were chatting for a bit, and then they kind of talking about like social media, and I was talking with Katie, who I'd actually met previously, and they were like, do you want to do some sort of, you know, collab, work together arrangement? I was like, yes I do so badly. So yeah, that's what's happening. I'm so thrilled to be working with Overlander. So basically the reason I have it today is because the horse box broke, and I called Katie up and I was like, girl, I know I wasn't meant to be getting this horse box for another few weeks, but I am stuck. I really want to go to this show. I have loads of things planned. Is there any way you can help a girl out? She said, Holly, things are flat to the mat, like all the horse boxes are rented out, but let me see what I can do. She came through. What a legend. So yeah, got it sorted. So the reason they weren't going to give me this yet is because it doesn't have a tow bar on it yet, and I will be towing the horse box with it. So I just need to bring it back at some point to get the tow bar put on. But until then, she's a beauty. Oh, I love her. I need to name her. She's so gorgeous and so clean and brand new, like brand new. So I'm going to put some shavings in it and pack it, and it's going to be kept so clean. And I'm so excited because the horses love traveling in it, I love driving it. It's got everything you want. It's got fans because it's a really hot day today, loads of ventilation, loads of windows. It's like the perfect box, right? We know, we travel around Belgium and France in it. I know. I'm so happy. So that is the story. I'm going to clean my tack and get the horses groomed and ready to go, and then we're going to hit the road. As I said, no Maria today, so I'm actually having to groom the horses myself, so they're not going to look as good as when Maria does it. So yes, that sounded so spoiled. I have groomed my own horses for years. I've just gotten a little bit reliant on Maria in the last 3 months that she's been working here. Anyway, I need to get going because I'm actually running a little bit late. So I'll catch up with you guys when I'm packing everything up. It feels so wrong to dirty it. Like, I feel like I don't want to put anything down, but it's just gonna have to happen. So we got our shavings in, we got our hay tied to the hooks there. Then we're gonna tie them to these hooks with a safety catch. And this, I was like, what is that for? Because they kind of do think of everything. And then I realized it's to hang a bucket that has a hook to give them water or feed or anything. Okay, I think they've thought of everything. And then obviously if you're on the road, you just come in through here, come in through there, and then you can give them their water, etc. That's what we did on the ferry, which was quite fun. Do you like it, Hopper? Hopper says, I want to come to some shows. Can I come to some shows? So everything's packed away. I've got Dali's saddle, Cal's saddle, Garth's saddle pad, riser. I've got a little bucket for water, sponge. Got my boots. These are actually new boots from Chester. They're actually brown. I don't look at there. I promise, they're brown. Oh yes, I think you can see it there. They're actually meant to be my home boots, but I haven't broken in the black show ones yet, so we're going with those. Hat, 2 bridles, and then their boots are in there. So we're all ready to go. One very unimpressed Dali. Aren't you? So Dali's first to go. Well, not first to go, but he's first of the 2 horses to go. He's number 6. So I washed him first, and I'm gonna wash Cal, who's number, I think, 36 maybe? Alrighty, Cal's on first because he's second to jump. Now Cal. He loves this box because last year, once he went on here, he refused to go on a normal horse box ever again. We got him back out. Ready to go. Cal's already on, Dad's running backwards, it's all happening. Uh-oh. Come on. Yeah, it's been a while since I was on this. Yeah, that's Cal. Oh, he's trying to get in over. Boy. Wide load, eh?
It's class.
Wide load. Good more to come. Well done. How does this work? As we go.
Oh, look at that. And a hand.
That was actually lighter than that.
Oh, wow. I didn't have to do anything.
How good. Okay, the boys are in. We're ready to rock. We're a little bit running late, so we're just gonna hit the road. Good boys.
Joining us now, number 6, Johnny Van Plus. Girls Geldy. Fine and off. This one out of the Cavan Plush pair. Led by Metro Lennon, owned and ridden by Holly Lennon.
Okay, let's talk through this round with Dali up first. So Dali, I jumped over the first fence, and then went inside that fence to the triple bar because we always struggle with the time allowed. So I try to cut as many turns as I can. Then it was straight into a triple bar, 5 strides to a tall, skinny vertical, which he jumped really, really well. Then we have this fence off the corner, 6 strides to a double, and then it was 8 strides to this water tray. Now it was going downhill and it was a bit of a long run, and I try and get him back. Anyway, I talk at great length about how I should have just done 7 on him and not, tried to do the 8. Anyway. So then we come around to this fence. This fence was also quite narrow. And then it was 5 strides, I think, up to that oxer uphill. He gave that a really good effort. And I think because of that big effort, he kind of just jumped up in the air for that one and cut down on the back, which he doesn't really do. Then it was straight on 7 strides to that plank, and then 4 short strides down the hill to that oxer, which usually would have been very difficult for him. But now it's gotten so much easier because our rideability is so much better. Then straight around to this triple combination, 2 verticals, and then a wide oxer going uphill to finish. So it was a bit of a scope test. Scope is Dolly's middle name, so that was no problem. And then around to the last. It was a fast and furious round, and I was delighted with him. Inside the time. Woohoo! Hey guys, I'm just finished now. It was kind of hectic when we arrived because I was a little bit, I wouldn't say late, I say I was on time. So I've jumped Dolly now. They're actually running 15 minutes behind, so didn't matter, wasn't actually late at all. I'm gonna fix my horrible camel toe. Dad's face this time. Dolly was very good, right? He's lost a bit of fitness, so he was kind of feeling the hot weather a bit. One distance I just couldn't get him back in time, and I should have just gone for one less, alas. And then another one he jumped really, really big, and then just tipped back bar. But we were inside the time allowed, which is very good for him. And so yeah, I'm very, very pleased with him. His first kind of show back after having a little break after the international, and he feels really good. So I'm gonna give him a finish sponging him and then get Cal ready. As you can hear, he's very impatiently waiting. So yeah, can't wait. Now, Cal and I are ready to go. He's looking fresh. He's looking as enthused as ever. Very relaxed boy. Dolly's upset that we're leaving, but he's just going to have to get over it. Isn't that right? All right, let's go. Good position, legs forward, good energy, good canter, sit up. Let him do the rest.
Joining us now, number 34, Kalinov, and 11-year-old standing by Usnop out of a Clover Flush mare, bred by Declan Lenihan, owned and ridden by Holly Lenihan.
What is there even to say about Cal, huh? I did not take the inside turn to the second fence. Cal is much naturally quicker. He doesn't take as much time in the air. He's quite efficient, so I don't usually have problems with the time allowed. Even though you could see on that distance I had to move up to the vertical, whereas with Dali it was holding the whole time, and that just slows you down. Nice forward 6 strides to this double. I was happy with how I sit up. Interestingly, found the 8 strides a bit tight also on Cal, which I was really surprised by because the previous 2 distances I was, having to ride forward. But anyway, also this is 6 strides, not 5 strides, I think. Yeah. And he jumps really well. Then every time I land, I kind of move up with him because he can just get a little bit behind the leg. He's lazier soul. So I tried to land and go. Here I landed and went a little bit too much, got a little close to that plank, but it was no problem. Again, there, land over the oxer and then ride through the turn. I used to be a little bit backwards through the turns, whereas now I'm trying to ride a lot more positive, and it's really working. I give him a good bit of leg to get over that back bar, and he really responded so well. He's such a trier. And then we cruise around the turn, cruise over the last fence, a little bit long off it, but he's an absolute superstar, and he was clear. Clear on Cal. He's just such a legend. He just finds it so easy. He's such a star. I'm just going to learn my jump off course because I actually didn't know what it was when I walked the course, so I wasn't able to learn it. Also, some people are superstitious about learning the jump off before you've gone clear, but it is quite handy to be able to walk your lines and walk the distances and see what kind of strides are possible. So annoying that I didn't get to, but there's only 7 people clear so far and there's about 20 people left to go, so hopefully not too big a jump off, and yeah, hopefully we have a good round. I'm also coming down to course box to get a set of reins for Cal because I don't know, one of them just feels a bit funny, it's a bit givey, and I just don't want it to snap. I don't know why it would, but I'm just afraid it will. So I'm just going to take the set of Dali's reins and put them on Cal's, and then, oh, Dali, and then I won't have to worry about it. So that's what I'm doing now.
Next to go, this is Holly Lenihan. She goes with her own Kalinov.
Now it is time for the jump off, which is without a doubt my favourite part of competing. Loving the jump offs, especially on Cal, because he's so honest. So this jump off was probably my least favourite kind of jump offs. It had a lot of long gallops to fences, which, you know, you just can't chicken out. You can't, you know, go to your hand. So I galloped down this line, I go to wait, and they went, no, don't wait, go. Such a legend. Then you circle back to this double of verticals. Cal is never super extravagant, but he doesn't really hit them. He is always careful. Then land, gallop to this uxer. Then I took 2 strides out down this line. It's the same line, but without the first part. And then after this, where all goes wrong. I dropped my reins, guys. I dropped my reins once. I picked them up, and then I drop them again, and I pick them up again. And sure, then like I'm miles around this turn and I went way too wide, and then I cut across the wrong way, which made the 7 strides, which was already long, even longer, and we caught the back bar. Oh, Zach the jockey, he was such a star, and I was not. Oh, the little boys, all done for the day. Cal, you're a little superstar. You're a little superstar. Aren't you? No top placings today because of the rider error. She dropped her reins. Dum dum. You're very good as well, Daddy. So I'm just going to put their boots on. They refuse to drink. And then we're going to head home. Oh, look at you. Always wants to be a centre of attention, doesn't he? Good boy, Dally. These coolers are just like a mesh, actually. I was just telling the vlog it's a mesh cooler, just so they don't think I'm boiling my horse in the heat. You need to unhook it. Daddy's trying to escape. His big head. We are home. Dolly's very happy to have some dinner. So is Cal, the little legend. They can have some dinner and then go out in the field. Hello guys. So it's the next day. So sorry. We got home really late from Cavan because we got dinner there and then started chatting and etc. etc. So, oh, there's a little chicken. I'm so sorry, little chicken. Oh, there she goes. They like to lay eggs in the stables. No, no, no. Go on, out you go. Good girl. So yeah, we were back really late. It was like literally 11:30 at night, and when we got home, I fed the horses and then I was going to put them out in the field, as I kind of always do when we get back from the show, because one thing I hate to do is put them back in a stable for a whole night. You know, they've just worked really hard, then they've gone and stood in the horse box for a few hours, and then I think the best thing for them is just to go out and walk around for the night. So I went to put them out in their paddock, and I'll actually get a video to show you, but envisage me going into the gate, it's the middle of the night, stepping and going, that ground isn't grass anymore. And then realising all the trees are gone out of the field and there's a huge hole in the ground and the field is no longer fenced in because the trees were like essentially the fence line. Yeah. So to be fair, I'd asked the guy that's doing the yard to pull down all these trees because there was just like, they weren't even trees, it was just like brambles and stuff. And it was such a wasted space that can be grass. So I'm going to reseed it in the autumn, but I didn't realise he had done it that day. So I was like, oh, what am I going to do now with these horses? And I was like, do I just let them off and see if they just don't escape? But there was actually quite a big dip and I was afraid they'd fall in. You know Dally, he could totally have fallen in. That would be just classic Dally move. So anyway, I took other horses out of a paddock, put them in the stable, and then put Cal and Dally out in a different paddock. So then by this point it was like midnight and your girl wasn't finishing the vlog, basically. It's like a very long-winded way of saying that. This is why I'm finishing the vlog now. So we'll recap the day. Obviously we're running like a tiny bit late, but it actually didn't matter at all because the class was 15 minutes late, and honestly, even if it wasn't, I think we still would have been fine. So that was good. Dali was very good. Look, the first pull, just silly. It was 8 strides, but it was going downhill. And, you know, after a line of like an Oxford double, so he was just getting longer and longer. And I kind of committed to the 8. So then I was like stuck in that. Whereas I should have been a bit more flexible with my plan. And, you know, when I realized the 8 wasn't going to happen, I should have just, you know, softened my hand and just let him go on the 7, which he totally would have done very, very easily. So yeah, should have done that. And then the other fence just needed a bit more support at takeoff because he just jumped very high, and I just needed a bit more oomph at the takeoff. But other than that, such a good round. Like, wasn't a super easy course. The triple was quite, you know, athletic, and I feel like he jumps those kind of questions really, really easily now, which is great. We've made such an improvement. And then like all the distances, even like the triple bar to that little skinny vertical thing, like all that's very easy for him now. It's not like a big drama to like get him back. So really, really happy with him. It's just all fine tuning with him now at this point. Like, I just feel like we're so close. And once we get it, like, it'll be really good. Just needs a bit more time. He's only 9 and he's a very big horse. So, you know, he's only kind of stepping up to this level recently. So, very pleased with him. And then Cal, of course, was an absolute legend. He's, yeah, as I said, he's gone clear in every 140 I've jumped on him this year, which is like actually crazy. He's so consistent. Yeah, he's just fab and so easy. I feel like I'm looking at the stable like in such a scatty way, like doing a bit here, doing a bit there. I'm usually a lot more focused, but I'm just like talking. Let me get a sweeping brush. So yeah, clear for Cal. Jumped everything very easily. I was like relatively happy with how I rode. Still some bits that I'm just want to get a bit neater. Like I feel like my position is really good over smaller fences, and just when it's a bit bigger, I just, you know, like to really have a good position at the moment, I need to really focus on it. I need to really be thinking about my position in my leg and stuff like that. So when it's bigger, I'm thinking about everything else. It's not like automatic yet to have that like good lower leg, which is all I want in life. So yeah, over smaller fences, it's fine because like I don't really need to think so much about the smaller fences. But then when it's bigger and I'm thinking about like the next distance, etc., I feel like it's good when it needs to be good, like through the combinations. When I'm really focused on sitting up for the next part, it's good. But yeah, it's just not muscle memory yet, but it's getting there. So I'm pleased. And yeah, he was clear. And then we did the jump off. Ah, so annoying. I'm so annoyed at myself, obviously. My reins slipped out of my hand. And not only did they slip out of my hand once, they slipped out of my hand, and then I went to pick them up, and then butterfingers, they slipped out of my hand again. And then I picked them up, and then I got them. But sure, it was like 5 strides of going really, really wide. And then I went like wide around that turn. And then I ended up being a bit right to left over the vertical when I was already planning on leaving a stride out to the last. So that made my line longer. And then that's why he was just a little bit far off the last. And he touched the back bar. But you live and you learn. I feel like without the mistake of slipping my reins, it would have been a very top placing. But we won't think about it. There's no point thinking about what if, because it didn't happen. So that's life. To be fair, he's had a lot of very good placings recently. It was my mistake, not his. He's still a perfect angel boy. So all is well. So I'm very, very pleased with the 2 boys. Next up for them, they'll probably just jump like a smaller course somewhere or just schooling somewhere to make sure they're still feeling good. And then, yeah, we'll head to another some sort of Grand Prix. I'm not sure yet. I don't even want to say it. I'm thinking about doing something with Cal. I'm actually just not going to even say it because I don't want to like get everyone all excited and then I chicken out and we don't do it. So we'll see. But yeah, two very, very good boys. So I'm thrilled. They're obviously going to have a week off from competing. So this week it's going to be all young horses. The 8-year-old is going to her first SGI show on Wednesday. She's just going to jump some small fences. And then Mav, the 5-year-old, is going to jump his second 120 just to get a little bit more experience. And then he's getting an ad put up to sell him, which is so sad. Anyway, and then Budgie, the 9-year-old big horse, he'll just pop around another 130. Again, just to get a bit more mileage. He's also for sale. His ad went up. So if anyone's looking for like a total schoolmaster, like legend of a horse, will carry you around, he's your boy. Yeah, so it's those three. And then Cal and Dally need to go to some sort of jump around to make sure they're feeling good. Also have a lesson on Tuesday. Also bringing one of the recipient mares up to see if she's good for an embryo on Thursday. It's all happening. There's like so much on this week. So yeah, all good. I'm delighted. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.